Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Create at 8. And so today, what I'm going to do is a door hanger for St. Patrick's Day. So you can't really see it that good. And this is actually the first one I'm making, so I don't have one to show you what it looks like finished. But it's basically going to look like this. And then the letters are actually going to be painted and placed inside like this. And this is going to be something that you can do in a class at Create Studios, or you can get the kit. And by the kit, I'm just doing the wood cutouts for the kit. And so let's make sure I have audio going. Okay. So, and we have a little buckle. Little buckle is going to go like that. Little buckle, and then a shamrock like that. That's basically how it's going to look. So let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and spray painted these white. They're really not even a good finish on the spray paint, but it just needs to create a barrier between the porous wood so that when I paint it, it will, I don't have to do like 400 coats. Okay, so I'll put this part aside for a moment. And we're just going to start with this piece. So I have a couple of greens in my palette, and you can pick whatever greens you want. I wanted to do the buckle gold, but I do not have any gold. All I have is silver here. I do not know why. I usually have tons of gold paint, but I just don't know where it is. So I'm just going to do silver, but it'll probably be gold in the final version. Scoot this a little bit without scooting stuff too much. Okay, so we're going to paint this green, and I'm going to mix, I'm not going to do the chartreuse green on this part. I might put a little bit in there as an accent because I want my shamrock to be chartreuse, and I want it to stand out against the background. So put a little water on my brush, and I'm going to start with this color. And I got to keep it under an hour tonight, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I don't see them, I will answer them after the presentation's over. So this is a pretty green. It's kind of got a little bit of sage to it. So I think this was foliage. That's all it's called. So so we're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. So in Louisiana, you know, it's always parade season, it seems. So we just finished Mardi Gras. Today is Ash Wednesday. And the next parade is going to be our St. Patrick's Day parade. And we have a really nice and huge St. Patrick's Day parade. I'm going to move this because it's catching. And yeah, so we do like to parade around here and throw beads and that. So yeah. So Mardi Gras colors are purple, green, and gold. And so then once people have Mardi Gras throws left over, they can take the green ones out and throw those at St. Patrick's Day and save the purple and gold for LSU football season. So that's how we reuse our beads here. Okay, that's a good coat. I'm going to put a little of this darker green along the edge here just to kind of give it some depth. If you paint just in flat colors, it looks good. But then if you add like a little bit of another color to just accent it, it really makes them pop. And I'll be gluing everything together with just painter's, with wood glue. I'm going to put a little of this white, just a touch of white down this side. So when you paint, if you have trouble doing shadows, what you can do is just picture the sun. The sun's going to come in on this side. That's why this is lighter and then this is darker. So whenever you're painting, if you start having trouble with how you're going to shadow and highlight stuff, just think of it that way. Where's the sun going to be coming from in my piece? And then everything that is on the other side falls into shadow. Okay, I'm almost done with this. And you can't see from your angle, but I can kind of see where it didn't coat very good. So that's why I'm coming back. I'm going to try to not have to do a second coat. Okay, so this is the top of the hat, the top of the top hat. I'm going to put this over here to dry. All righty. So now we got this bottom part. I want to paint it the same colors. Now this part right here is the hat band. So I did not do a laser engrave where the line is, but we can freehand that, no problem. Freehand it, and you're just paint right over the scored lines where it's just showing you where the letters are going to go. So that's where the little hat band's going to go. So, yeah, it's funny because our parade is actually the day after St. Patrick's Day, and it's because they always want to do the parade on a Saturday. And so this year St. Patrick's Day is on a Friday, so the parade is on the day after St. Patrick's Day. Just kind of weird, but whatever. Whatever floats their boat. Putting a little highlight in here. The white also kind of thickens up the paint. So I can even do like the whole bottom of this, have that white highlight. And I like for even my door hangers, I like them to look painterly. I don't want them to look like they've been mass produced. So I don't mind seeing brush strokes or anything like that. Now I'm going to put a little bit darker right along this edge. And just kind of fade it out. Okay, so I'm going to do this part dark green, this band, the hat band, really dark green. So I'm going to come back in with this dark hat band. And this is so dark, it looks almost black in some spots. And after this is over, I'll post you a picture of it after it's dried. I do like to come back and go in with like some black or white paint pens just to kind of make it happy. I like to put some little whimsical elements into it. So, I mean, this is going along pretty quick. So we got this. I'm going to pick it up and put it somewhere to dry. I'll sit it over here on my laser machine. Alrighty. So the next thing is the letters. So I was thinking I was going to do the letters really dark, like a black. But now looking at this, I think I'm going to do them yellow with a light green, a more yellow green. So some of that chartreuse and the some chartreuse and yellow together. Again, I'm using the double stick tape trick, the old double stick tape trick. I'm also going to use my pouncer to paint this with. And I like how this pouncer gives it this texture. You can't really see the texture right here, but it does. It gives it some texture to it. It almost looks like there's little bubbles that haven't popped yet. And I like that look. So you can go back and smooth it out if you want, but I'm okay with it. Okay, now we're just going to let that dry. And I'm going to take this and I just drop it in my water bucket and then I wring it out. I've been using the same pouncer forever. And the pouncers come like in a 6 or 12 pack. I mean, they're huge. So, okay, so this is what all I have is silver. So let's see if I could clean my pouncer off enough to where I could use it. And we'll see if I can do this. Hey, everybody. Hey, Bridget. Now, I'm also putting this on YouTube. So you may hear me address somebody you don't see because I've got this streaming in a couple of locations. I'm trying to get better with streaming. I know I'm not that good at it, at being consistent with it. So, oh, I should have done this one when I forgot about that one. Okay, let's just try to do the silver first. So I'm just pouncing the silver on. And if you get anything that's bare wood, if you ever get wood to paint and it's bare wood, your best bet is going to be to paint a primer coat on top of it. You can spray paint it. You can use gesso. You can just use white paint. As long as you get a coat of paint on it, it really helps with the paint adhering to the surface. Because, hey, because the paint will seep into the primer. I mean, the paint will seep in. If I just painted it on the bare wood side, I'd have to make multiple coats of this. So let me clean the silver off of my pouncer. I'm going to go ahead and paint the shamrock. And this one's going pretty fast. Now, if you were doing this in the class, you wouldn't be going this fast. I did prep a lot of stuff because I didn't want you to have to be sitting there while I was doing something. Let me move this to the side. Scoot this over a little bit. So here's going to be my chartreuse. I don't know if you can really see, but you see that kind of texture it makes? So that's pretty cool. I like it. But if I didn't like it, I could just kind of smooth this out like this. Now, so you see you can smooth it out. And also using these pouncers, you feel like you're going through a lot of paint because you do have to put a lot of paint on the pouncer, but it stays in this pouncer. I mean, look how far it's going back up in there. So you can paint a long time with the amount that you've put on the pouncer. So that's me smoothing this out now. Now that y'all got me thinking about it. Wax on, wax off. Now I'm just kind of softening some of those spots that I pounced on here. Just softening it a little bit. I'll put a little bit more, another little bit on here, even though this is still wet. And you really should never do a second coat while your paint's still wet. Okay, so we got that. So now I'm going to come back in with a smaller brush, and I'm going to do some darker lines to kind of accent. And you can be as artsy-fartsy with this as you want. And like I said, I like it painterly. I don't want it to look like it came out of a factory. You know, I want it to look like it's been hand painted. It's painted with love and finesse. And it was just, yeah. So, and now with that done, I'm going to get a little yellow. Always have a paper towel nearby. So I'm coming with a little yellow. To kind of give it some highlights. Yeah. That looks so cute. Let's put a little yellow right there. On this side. And then I'm going to do a touch of white. And you see, I'm not even cleaning my brush off. A little bit of white right here. A little bit there. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So now we just have to let it dry. So this piece is almost dry. This back piece is dry. So let me move some of this stuff around so we can see everything. I do not need to keep these taped down. Taping these down like this really helps when you're painting letters or anything small, because you know how you get it all on your hands. But even more so, you don't want to, if you tape it down, it doesn't move. You know when you start painting something and it scoots around on you? It doesn't do that. So here's my base piece. So this, you can paint this however you want. You can paint little shamrocks through it. You can paint a rainbow on it, which would be really adorable. But I'm not doing that. And so when we glue this on, this goes underneath this part. Okay. So I just got a little bit right here that needs to dry up a bit. And so this will go, move some of the stuff out of the way. Move this, get that tape out the way, so I keep getting stuck in it. Okay, so move these letters again. here's the top. Here's the top. Look right here and match it up to the bottom there. So you got that much where it's going to be glued together so it'll hold together really good. So you're going to have this giant hat. And so while the rest of this is drying, I can go ahead and glue. Well, we're going to still do it. We're going to go ahead and glue our letters on here, even though I'm going to be really messy, and we should always wait till everything's dry. But just to show y'all how it goes, I'm just using this Titebond wood glue. Works great. I'm not going to glue this to this yet, but I will put my letters on here. So let me get some of this out the way. It's funny how I have this huge table, but as soon as I'm ready to do something, it's like I don't have enough space. Alrighty. So you can either use, sometimes I use a makeup sponge, but since I'm going to be painting in just this area, I'm not going to be painting it on the back of the letters. I normally would paint it on the back of the letters, but since they're still wet, I'm going to go ahead and put the glue here, and then I'll just place them. Really, you can do them either way, but it's just easier to do it the other way, to put the glue on the letters. So I'm not going to be perfect about this. I'm just putting it. And you don't want to put it too thick. You'd think, oh, let me put it real thick so it'll stick. But then it will ooze out from the side. So you don't want to do that. And you don't want to use one of your good brushes either. Okay. So I got that much. Take the L. So they're scored so that you can see right where to put them. You still see the letters there. I'm getting a little green in my glue. And this, I mean, it does not take long for this to start setting up. It does not take long at all. You can add whatever other embellishments you want to the hat. You could actually put not real, but artificial flowers on it, which would be nice. It would look really good. Oops. Normally I'd be pushing these down, but I don't want to get glue all over my hands. And yep, so what has everybody planning decoration wise? Do y'all decorate for St. Patrick's Day? I mean, if you're local to Louisiana, you probably do, because you can just take down your Mardi Gras and put up St. Patrick's Day. But for people in other areas, you know, do other areas have parades for St. Patrick's Day? Or is this just a Southern thing? I mean, we have lots of parades all year long. We have St. Patrick's Day parade, and then we have, I don't think we have 4th of July parade, but we have Christmas parade, we have Halloween parade. So maybe we don't have that many parades, but it seems like it. It seems like every time you turn around, there's another parade. I actually rode in the South Downs parade this year, and oh my God, it was so cold. I was bundled up really well, but the only thing was my fingertips were killing me, and my toes were killing me. I got the most adorable shoes that flashed. They had these nice LED lights to them. They were so much fun, but I realized too late that the toe of it was really just mesh. And I got through the whole parade just fine. And then I stepped in mud right when we were finishing the parade, and I got the shoes coated in mud. Well, needless to say, they are not easy to clean. As a matter of fact, they're pretty much impossible to clean. I got the mud off, but now instead of being white shoes, one of them is kind of beige, which sucks because they were really cute shoes. But warm at night, you can't tell. So I wore them to the Orpheus parade and had them light up, and you couldn't tell when they were lit up that one was beige and one was white. They're supposed to be white. So I got this one a little close here, so I'm hoping it'll, yeah, it fits. Fits perfect. So see, this L is already stuck. It is already on there. This one really needs to dry a lot more, but I'm just going to show you. We can do it like this, right? So this is still a little wet right there. Just made a big bow on it. And so normally I would do the heat gun on it, but I don't want to deafen everybody. So let's see. So this is where the little buckle is going to go. Oh, the silver does look good. Maybe I'm glad I did silver. So the silver is going to go there. That's going to be so cute. So cute. So we got all the parts, and we just got to wait for it to dry enough that we can glue them all on. So I don't want to put this on until I get the buckle, because I need to know where it goes. I kind of feel like it should go up here. I think it's supposed to be in his hat. I say that. I mean, I drew this, so I don't know where it's supposed to be, but I saw some similar ones, and I saw some similar ones, and I think this was supposed to be like stuck in his hat band. Oh, stuck in the hat band, so I could put it like right there. That might be cute to put it in the hat band like that. So let me just sit. I'm scared I'm going to mess it up, but so sit it like that. And then this goes here. Oh, I think that's going to look cute. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. So knowing that, I can go ahead and put some glue on this. Make sure you do not leave the glue on your brushes if you use a brush. If you use a makeup sponge, you can just throw it away. Just this side. So I'm not even being neat. You see I got green particles in my glue because I put them in the same palette and they just kind of bled over. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to look at the back of this piece because it'll be glued down. Cute, cute, cute. Oop, got a little too much green in there. But you can see you don't have to be perfect with everything. I mean, look how sloppy I am. And the more comfortable you get painting things, the more you know you don't have to have it, 100% perfect. And what is perfect anyway? One person's perfect is another person's messy. So what you consider perfect may be far from what I consider perfect. But in art, there really is no perfect. It all depends on the person that's viewing it. It's all subjective. Okie doke. So I'm going to put it kind of at an angle like that. Just press it down. There we go. That's cute, cute, cute. Oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute. Now you notice I don't have a hole in this, but see, I can take my crocodile, and this will go through wood and metal, and see it right here? It's the big hole. It'll go through metal and wood and everything. So if I forget to punch a hole, I just use that. Normally I cut it with the hole already in there, but I somehow overlooked that. Do you see a little spot here I want to touch up? And so after all this gets glued together, you can come back and touch it up as much as you want. So I've got this little spot right here that's still wet. Otherwise, I'd be gluing this sucker on there. Well, it's actually in the center. It's actually coming out in the center, so I might go ahead and put the glue on here. The little wet spot is going to be in the inside the space, so that's okay. And I am doing such a rush job on this. You would not be painting it this quick. You could take your leisure time, let stuff dry, go fix you a cocktail, or if you're at the studio, fix you a cocktail. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I did stick my finger in the wet paint here. Now I just made a mess right here. So now that I've got that on there, I probably would want to do another coat of the silver just to make it really metallic. But I don't have the back glued on yet, so let's go ahead and glue that on. So this is where I'm going to have it sitting like this. So I'm going to take a pencil and I am just going to mark how far I can go. I don't have a pencil in here. It's an art studio. You know I have a pencil. And I'm walking around my room looking for a pencil. I can't believe I cannot find a pencil in here. It's probably shoved up under something. Ah. I found a pencil and a dog shirt. What a dog shirt's doing in here, I don't know. I love keeping these like crystal light things to put pens and pencils in. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to mark lightly. And you can't see it, but I can see a faint little line, so I just know to put the glue to that point. Okie doke. And I can see that little line right there, right to there. And this stuff is going to hold good. And if you're nervous about it, you can always put like some popsicle sticks on the back side to kind of hold it together, but I don't think you're going to need it. There's my little line on this side. I think that's it right there. Okay, it's a little thick. I didn't really need it that thick. Scrape some off and put it back in the jar because I don't want it to ooze out into the design. It can ooze the other way. I don't care about that. Alrighty. So, dun, 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 moment of truth. Line it up right there. Line it up there and line it up right there. And just get it to here. And then make sure you have a clean finger. I don't even have a clean finger. I don't have a clean finger. Just press it down. And ta-da, look how quick we made this. So this is a really cute project. You could put bows on it if you wanted to decorate it for your front door. You could put bows on it. I'm probably going to come back and put some white marker on this and some accents on here because I do like to take a white marker when everything's dry and do this line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, line thing. And I only have a skinny marker here because like a dummy, I brought them all to the studio. So how adorable is this? Let's see if this is not quite stuck down enough. Let this dry and then do touch up on it. And you probably won't need as much touch up because you'll be letting it dry as you go. You're not going to be like, do as I say, not as I do, because, yeah. And also, every time you clean your brush off, when you clean your brush, blot off the water because you don't want a lot of water in your brush. So when you paint, it just waters out your paint real quick. But anyway, so this is it. I will post the finished project when we get done. This, you can get this set right here for $20, and or you can do it as a class at the studio for $35. And all you gotta do is message me on Facebook at facebook.com/createstudiousbr, or if we're friends on Facebook, you can message me there. And I'm working on updating my Shopify shop so I can have each of these on there. But as of right now, I don't have that. So, so anyway, hope you like it. And I can't believe I actually finished less than an hour. So thank you so much. And I hope to see y'all again later. Alrighty. If you have any recommendations on door hangers, because I design these, I print them. I mean, I cut them out myself on the laser machine. So if you have any recommendations, one thing I was kind of thinking of doing, I was thinking of making this a banner, but you could also, instead of Lucky, for $10 more, I can put your name, your family name, you know, Slaughter or Ruffin or Jones or whatever. But the Lucky looks really cute. So anyway, if you have any special requests, just let me know. Comment below in the comments and tell me what you like. All right. Thank y'all. See you again next week.